Tonight with Kendra Dossie, and here's your host, Kendra Dossie!
Hello, everyone. Hello, Zach. How are you doing this lovely evening?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Cracking a seltzer, you know.
Hell yeah. Cracking open a seltzer. That's what we like to do on these days.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Sorry, there's so many things were just popping up on my phone. Okay. I am doing great. I'm amazing. I'm fantastic. I have spent about an hour searching for a replacement filter for my HEPA filter because in about a week and a half, we are planning on having a housewarming party and I want to have COVID precautions, but the HEPA filter I have is out of stock. So that's where I am today.
Isn't that cool? But that's the magic of capitalism, because nobody has to standardize any of these things. So all of these companies get to get to run their own way, and you got the choice as a consumer to buy the type of filter that would not be available months later. So
yeah, which I did not realize I was doing, and I thought I could just shove something else in there, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, other than searching for things that you can shove in there, we've got other things to talk about this week.
Yeah.
And so we've been keeping it pretty casual. I think we've been talking about stuff as it happens. But this week, I wanted to be a little bit more preemptive, and we could talk about something that's a little bit down the pipeline, but it's going on right now, which is the Senate races that are going on in this country. And there's no good outcomes, but sometimes it's fun to watch the horse race, right?
You're not wrong. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So if we can bring it up, here are. It's called Ideally All of These People Would Have Their Jobs Abolished in last night's Senate election 2022. So we're just going to go through some of the key races going on right now. We're going to riff on these people. We're going to make fun of them and just sort of talk about what we know about what's going on. So Pennsylvania, this is a big one right now, where we have so the Republican Senator Pat Toomey is the incumbent. And he is stepping down because he is old as shit, which I don't like him, but at least he acknowledges that in ways that
he acknowledges that he's old.
Yes, he has recognized that he is ancient, so he is not running again, which means we have two new candidates. We have Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman, who's the Democratic candidate on your left, and then TV fake doctor Dr. Mehmet Oz on the right. What? Yes. What do you know about this campaign?
Well, I have heard that Dr. Oz did some sort of study at Columbia University, which resulted in the deaths of hundreds of puppies, and
so many dogs.
I don't even know the study, but that's just a wild thing to bring up. Like my opponent has murdered puppies.
There's so many questions there. Number one, what is the study that they couldn't use mice? Number two, what? Why are you still in the running? How is this not disqualifying you that you have killed so many dogs? And then
I don't know.
And then how many? If I was doing a study and one dog died, that would give me enough. Maybe this is not scientifically accurate, but that would tell me enough right there. It's like, okay, a dog died. It's time for me to stop.
Well, I guess you wanted to see which percentage of dogs die, but it's a wild thing. It's a wild thing. I also, Dr. Oz is Turkish and is apparently the first Muslim candidate to be nominated by either major party in U.S. Senate, because I guess Ilhan Omar is in Congress, right?
Is in Congress.
Okay, yeah. I guess that makes sense. But still,
didn't
worst choice.
Wasn't Keith Ellison? Was he not a senator? Maybe
I thought he was a congressman as well.
Maybe he's a congressman as well. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have to get into pan-Arabist politics, but Turks, they think they're European. They don't.
Turks, this is a bad marker of whiteness, but some Turks I've interacted with have been as annoying as white people, and they did colonize a lot, like the Ottoman Empire. So
Right.
like I think it's
and
funny.
committed a genocide. So
Yeah, I do think it's funny to tell white supremacists that Turks are white because it makes them upset. It makes everyone upset if you say Turks are white, but like jury's out if it's wrong. Because if you did not know Dr. Oz's name was like the Turkish version of Muhammad and that his last name was Oz, and you didn't know anything about his ethnicity, you'd just be like, that's some white guy. That's like Ralph Nader with hair dye. Like that's what.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we don't have time to dissect whiteness, but like,
yes, we don't.
If your country wants to be part of the EU and also is a part of NATO, that's a pretty white country.
Yeah, they're like, I mean, they're definitely, whiteness does not always make sense, but I think you can make a case for Turks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like Italians. But yes, John Fetterman is very fascinating to me. He's not he's not a socialist by any stretch of the imagination, but he's just like he's just like weird looking and very tall and gangly, and like the Democratic establishment hates him, and everybody endorsed the other guy he was running against in the primary, and he still like crushed that guy.
Oh, so, good for him.
There's something like attractively populist about John Fetterman, despite the fact he's not like a great someone with like great politics, but like he definitely has an understanding of how to be normal that most Democrats don't. And I think anybody who is less of a weirdo that can go in the Senate, but he's very weird, but weird in a good way, but not like politician like freakazoid. Is good. Let's see what other races we have to look at.
I will just point out Fetterman's wife is kind of hot. Just putting it out there. I'm just that doesn't mean you should vote for him. Doesn't mean you shouldn't.
But it does. It gives you but let's see what other ones we have.
Okay,
Georgia.
This one's messy as hell, right?
Messy as hell. So we could talk about this one. Georgia is. What? Oh, we got fuck Connor Lamb in the chat.
I haven't even looked at the.
Yes.
Hell yeah, Pfeiffer.
Yeah. So we have here Reverend Raphael Warnock, the incumbent, who is in a very close race with former NFL running back Herschel Walker, and perhaps more importantly, former USFL running back, because that means he was on the team owned by Trump. So that's sort of the genesis of his. I mean, he also has blatantly has CTE, but he particularly has an attachment to Trump because at one point Trump owned a team he was on.
Yeah.
And so there's all other things going on with this one.
And then it came out that Herschel Walker paid for an abortion, and his annoying son outed him as his kid Christian Walker. Is he?
Yes, that's Christian. Yes, Christian Walker is his son.
Yeah, and I don't know what Christian Walker does outside of calling out his dad, but he called the fuck out of his dad, which is wild.
He's like a whole like a conservative grifter personality.
This entire fucking family, jeez.
Yeah, which is kind of funny that I mean all conservatives are the way that they are until the issue personally affects them, which is true. Like if it was any other candidate or whatever like that, Christian Walker would be like you have to support him who cares? And then like the fact that it's his dad who's like was personally mean to him. And I'm not saying that this is. I'm sure that he was a shitty dad, but that's the one that put it in the sort of but beyond the pale. It's also just very funny to hear him talk, Herschel Walker talk, just because like it does feel like that's what we're going to move towards in the future, is that everybody who is an elected member of the federal government will either have CTE or dementia.
Hope not, or COVID-induced brain damage.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there'll be a few different ones, but there will be no like functioning brains like not even in like the way that they all have bad politics now, like in the way that they won't be able to draw a clock. Like,
I am not looking forward to that.
Yes.
God, everything sucks. Okay.
Yeah, and then and of course, it's also very funny that Herschel Walker is running on like a faith and family thing. Not only is he running on that with like all of his like abortions and like multiple like illegitimate children, but then also he's doing it against like an actual reverend. So like the whole concept of like faith in American politics is just like so absent of actually exist. Like what you have faith in is not anything like of any true like Christian religion. Like otherwise, like you would not be trying to make that your point against an actual reverend. But I digress. Let's see who else we got here. Arizona.
What the fuck is happening in that fucking godforsaken state?
Yeah, everything is out in the sun too long. Arizona
seems like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Arizona has, well, the one on the left is Mark Kelly, and he's an astronaut. So maybe going to space does that to you. He is the incumbent Democrat. He is going up against Blake Masters, a venture capitalist, and like of all of the candidates that are sort of suckling on the Peter Thiel teat this year, he is the one with the big. He's suckling the biggest teat of all of them. Just everything looks wrong with his face, and also he's like it to the extent it's worth pointing out that any Republican is specifically a white supremacist. This guy is pretty specifically a white supremacist. Yeah.
This sucks. Well, yeah, we have a comment in the chat. These guys both look AI generated, and that is true. That's true.
Yeah. Arizona is kind of like an uncanny valley.
It seems like it. It really does.
And Blake Masters also was running hard pro-life, and then after the Supreme Court decision, has removed all references to abortion from his page and is not running any ads mentioning it anymore. So that is just an interesting thing in terms of how some of these candidates are seeing the wind blow. That it's actually running pro-life is actually not an asset to them.
It's hurting people at this point.
Yeah. Yep. And let's see what other ones we got here.
Oh yeah.
So in Iowa, Chuck Grassley is running. I don't even remember who he's running against. It's some troop. He's going to win by a lot. But anytime we get to mention Chuck Grassley, I love to get a chance to show my two favorite political tweets of all time. One, of course.
Windsor Heights Dairy Queen is a good place for you know what.
Yes.
I don't actually. What is it good for? Tell us. You got to tell us.
I mean, yes. I mean, he later explained this to mean it's a good place to get some ice cream because you know what, you get a Dairy Queen. But it sure sounds like he's having anonymous bathroom sex at the window.
Yeah, you're not wrong. God, that is what a thing to say.
And then the other one that work on farm Friday, burning piles of brush. Windy fire got out of control. Thank God for good neighbor. he got help get under control. Pants burn, leg wound.
I don't mean to laugh at his injury, but the way that he the way that he posted about it is kind of funny.
Right. He's an objectively bad person with bad politics, but also great poster.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by this man.
Yeah.
I wanna read all of his tweets. Oh, he's old too.
He's born so old.
He is 9. He's almost 90. He's gonna be 90. He's gonna be 90 next year. Yeah. Goddamn. He's old as shit. Okay. Well.
Yeah. So yes. What else we got here? We covered that one. Wisconsin. This one is interesting. The fellow on the right there is Ron Johnson, one of the most generically named in a very generic white guy Senate, as if there's any other kind. Ron Johnson among the most generically named, and then Mandela Barnes is on the left, who is the lieutenant. I believe he's the lieutenant governor. One interesting thing here that seems to be happening is that Mandela Barnes actually had a lead over the summer, like a noticeable lead in the polls, which is like crazy because he's like, first of all, it's Wisconsin. He's a black man in Wisconsin running against an incumbent. Yeah. So it was like, if he's going to win, he should not be up by like 7 points in the polls. And then as sort of everything has gotten worse, like his numbers have gone down. Like this was probably when like it seemed like old Joe Brandon was actually going to do good things. And now we're seeing, oh, guess what? We're not actually going to we're not actually going to forgive any of those student loans, and nothing. And he's actually, and I really think that more than anything else, this is going to be like the sort of the bellwether for how people feel about Joe Biden. Joe Biden won Wisconsin in 2020, but it was a close one. But it was an important one to get back from Trump for him to win overall. Yeah. And if this guy lost 8 points over a month, that could be a bad sign for Joe Biden in 2024 and for the Democrats on the whole. But yeah. So I don't think this is. I mean, there's probably some dumb things that people are arguing about relative to this particular election, but this one feels like Joe Biden dropping the ball more than anything else.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you for talking about this, because I have not been paying attention to the Senate races to preserve my sanity. So
that's good. Well, let's move on. What other ones do we have?
Oh yeah, there's more. There's even more. Okay.
There's so many of these.
These they look related. Like, what's the difference? One is just a bald version of the other. What
these guys? So this guy on the left is named Mike Lee. He is the Republican candidate. The guy on the right, that you may remember this man by the name of Evan McMullen, who ran for president in 2016 as an independent. He is a former CIA guy, and the Democrats in Utah decided to just not run a candidate and instead tell people to vote for the CIA independent. Rather than even putting up a fight in Utah.
That's so sad.
That's so sad and stupid. Like, what is there to gain from this? First of all, he has the great tweet. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Like somebody accused him of working with Al Qaeda, and he's like, "How dare you say stuff like this on the internet?" And then like somebody finds another tweet from him like from 2 years earlier that's like, "My job in the CIA was to convince Al Qaeda people to join our side." It's just like immediately yeah. So the CIA guy, because slowly but surely the Democrats are becoming the CIA FBI party. And this is one of those sort of things that you'll, canary in the coal mine, where they would rather just let a CIA independent be their candidate than actually run a Democrat in the state.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yep.
Man.
You are right. What else do we have here? Ohio, where we have. I can't tell if you're frozen or you're just like in so much pain.
I'm moving. Wait, do you see that?
There you go.
I was just like, these are the most generic looking men.
Yes, they are. There is Tim Ryan on the left, who ran for president for the Democratic primary in 2020, and that's how well he did. Is that nobody even remembers him, and now he has to run for like an open Senate seat. But Tim Ryan, and then on the right is our good friend J.D. Vance.
Hillbilly Elegy.
Yes, which we narrowly avoided having to watch on this show.
I appreciate that.
I'm still not confident we will never have to watch it. But J.D. Vance has to turn the whole thing around after spending all of that time saying, people don't understand these damn hillbillies in Appalachia because these people are too fucking dumb, and it's it's the fault of liberalism or whatever that all of these oafs are too stupid to vote correctly, and also Trump is bad, and now he has to say you're all actually great and Trump is good too.
Fucking asshole.
So yeah, this one could really go either way. It really just the quality of some of the dumbasses that are going to. This could be. It isn't out of the question that we will get like Dr. Oz, J.D. Vance, and Herschel Walker, all as that will represent 3% of the voting block of the Senate.
That's
so that's fun. And then and then I think we have one more.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is Val Demings and Marco Rubio. It's starting to look like Marco Rubio is. Val Demings had some efforts early on. It's starting to seem more and more clear that Marco Rubio is going to win. So we finally see a black woman getting her chance to be a senator. Would you like to guess what job she held before she was a congresswoman?
Cop.
Oh, you got it.
I knew it. I could tell just looking at her.
You got it. Like not even like the Kamala Harris like top cop AG thing. She was a cop. She was the director of the Orlando Police.
Damn.
So yeah, that's what you get. And real quick, I just want to point out that Marco Rubio, a piece of shit as always, is using this time while his state has been destroyed by a hurricane to saber rattle against Cuba, a country where 2 people died as a result of the hurricane. They do not have electricity right now. That is largely because of the U.S. blockades against Cuba. But compared to the hundreds that died in Florida alone, there were 2 deaths in Cuba. And furthermore, he lies about the reason his family left Cuba, which was because of Batista. But he has sort of retold the story that they were fleeing Castro. And he's just a generally bad person. And I hope that he loses to the cop. I hope that he tries to grab the cop's gun, and then whatever happens after.
First time that's ever been uttered on this show, but that's how much we hate Marco Rubio.
Yes, Little Marco, as Trump called him. All right, let's cut to a commercial, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Does that sound
okay? Good? Let's do it.
All right.
What useless scum is leaking around in the rain?
That's how moving castle, right?
Or is it Spirited Away? I don't know.
Actually, if we could get someone to confirm.
Yes. If you
Right.
know what the hell that was, put it in the chat. It
I know
was
it's-
definitely Miyazaki of some sort.
Yeah, it's definitely Miyazaki.
Yeah, so we're running to the end of the show here.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to mention?
Well, Ambelina the cat is here with me. So that's Spirited Away. Okay.
Thank you, Graham, who supplied that clip to Lissa, or chose that clip for Lissa. Thank you, Graham.
Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Graham. Yeah, I don't think there's much to mention. Thank you all for viewing. This has been a fun time. I learned so much, and I have even less faith in America. So, yeah, good luck with that, I guess. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with this country.
Yeah, I mean, I was like playing with the 538 thing.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's a pretty decent chance that the Democrats gain some substantial control in the Senate. And I don't feel like that's going to make anything better. I don't.
I hate this country. Anyway, well, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your night. And is honorable mentions after the? It's not, right?
I don't know.
Stick around maybe at 9:30. If you come, watch at 9:30. If there's nothing here, then you could go.
2MB did not tweet about it, so I'm going to say.
Okay. So never mind.
You got no. Oh wait, make sure to be following. Follow 2MB Studios on Twitch and have that on your phone. And if it starts streaming, you're going to get the notification.
Hell yes. Amazing. All right. Well, thank you everyone, and have a great rest of your night.